It's road trip season, and as someone who's logged in several kilometers of road trips locally and internationally, we put together a thorough list of things to do before your next road trip. Buckle up. My name is Christopher Rudder, and here at Rudderless Media, we help you level up your travels by turning tourists into travelers one destination at a time. We've divided the things to do before a road trip into 5 categories: safety, the vehicle, supplies, the journey, and navigation. So let's dive in. Regarding safety, the goal is to be as prepared as possible for anything that could go wrong. And things usually do. So typically I start with a first aid kit. You can make your own or buy one. The price usually depends on how many items are included. So you can decide what you'd like to have, but we like to make sure that we have adhesive bandages in different sizes, alcohol wipes, antibiotic ointment, and headache medication. Pro tip: we also bring the same first aid kit when we fly out of the country, but be sure to check and replenish anything you may have used since your last trip. Aside from the fact that Gordana is always cold, we live in Canada, so cold weather is something we need to contend with. I hear you saying, "But Chris, our car has heat." Yes, true, but if your car decides to break down, or worse, you get into an accident and you're stuck on the side of the road waiting for help on a chilly night, you'll be glad you have a blanket. I use my Apple Watch to pay for everything, and I probably couldn't point out Canadian currency from a currency lineup.
That wasn't funny.
Anyway, when road tripping, I always have some cash on hand, as some places only accept cash. I'm sure you can remember the last time the debit machine was down or the bank machine was just straight out of order. It's also important to note that you may want extra cash because many farmers markets in rural areas sometimes only accept cash, or sometimes they even give better discounts when using cash. Also, if you're road tripping around the US or heading over to the US from Canada, you want to have cash or at least some change for all those tolls you may need to cross. Lastly, letting a neighbor, family member, or friend know you'll be away and for how long is a good idea. This is not only so that people know when to expect you back, but also so that they can keep an eye on your house. Oh, and take a picture of your stove's knobs. That's a pro tip. If you're like me, as soon as I'm in the car or I'm on the plane, I start asking myself, did I turn off the stove? The next step is your car. You should definitely check your car out before you hit the road. Let's start with the fluids. Now, I'm not a mechanic, but if some time has passed since your last road trip, it doesn't hurt to bring your car in and let them know that you're heading out on a new road trip. They can check everything I'm about to mention all at one time. That said, knowing where to find these things is always a good idea. You want to check your oil level, make sure that the car has cooled down, pop the hood, and locate the dipstick.
You dipstick.
Sorry. Wipe it off, reinsert it, take it out again, and read what it says. Check your manual to determine what to look for, what type of oil to use, and how often you should change it. If you don't remember the last time you had your oil changed, you should talk to your mechanic. Windshield washer fluid. You will also use more of this stuff during the winter months, and you don't want to run out during a snowstorm when cars splash slush all over you while you're on the highway. You can also use a fair bit in the summer with all the flying insects. Be sure to top that up. Keeping the proper tire pressure will definitely keep you safe on the road and help reduce your gas consumption. Check your manual or the inside of the driver's side door for the correct tire pressure for your car. Speaking of tires, driving on bald tires or with little to no tread can cause your tires to blow out. Again, while it's good to know where to find these things on your car, it's always best to keep it serviced, especially before a road trip. Now, things that we keep in the car are jumper cables, a flashlight, the car manual as it has all those little funky computer codes, your car documents, proof of insurance, and the number to call should you have a claim, and your rental documents if it's a rental car. If your car has a jack and a spare tire, it's a good idea to know where that's kept. Lastly, depending on your insurance coverage, you may have some roadside assistance coverage. In addition, I know some car manufacturers also have their own version of roadside assistance. However, if you don't have roadside assistance, as a person who has left the keys in the car on 2 separate occasions several kilometers from home, I highly recommend services like CAA or AAA. In addition to getting you back into your car, they can bring you gas, give you a boost, change your tire, or give you a tow. They also offer their own insurance, and as I learned at the CAA Travel Expo, they also have CAA Travel Consultants. Hey, if you feel you're getting value from this video, please give us a like or consider subscribing. Oh, and if you're interested in any of the items I'm talking about in this video, I put a link in the description for you to explore. Okay, let's talk about supplies. Now, I'm not talking about road trip essentials. I'll create another video for that down the road. I'm not talking about your toiletry bag items, toothbrush, deodorant, medication, bug repellent, etc. I'm talking about the basics. Things like a cooler. Since it's typically just the 2 of us road tripping, we have a smaller 24-can capacity backpack, which we can easily bring from the car to a picnic table nearby. That said, you can go as big as you need, but I highly suggest you get the ones with the wheel so you can pull it. In terms of food, we're packing things like fruits, granola bars. We also have dry snacks like chips, candies, nuts, raisins, etc., as well as other food items we may have picked up along the way. Other supplies we bring with us, though, are toilet paper, paper towel, hand sanitizer, baby wipes, Lysol disinfectant spray, garbage bags, and bamboo reusable cutlery. Question of the day. What do you need in the car to keep you occupied during your road trip? Let's start with a phone charger and extra cables. You want to pack extra cables for your phone and a lighter USB adapter. I also keep a few external battery banks charged at all times as a backup. Your mobile device is a lifesaver, so you want to ensure it's always charged should your car break down while on the road. If you're traveling with kids, you especially want several battery banks to keep all those tablets, gadgets, and video games fully charged. If you have an older car without CarPlay or a modern entertainment unit, you should get a phone holder that you could attach to your dashboard, window, or vent. Something to think about when it comes to the phone holder that attaches to the vent is you want to watch for overheating or overcooling of your device when using the vent to control the climate of the car. Download the podcast or the podcast episodes or audiobooks you want to listen to beforehand. And if you're using a streaming service like Netflix or Disney Plus and have kids in tow, download all the episodes and movies to help keep them occupied. Once you leave a big urban area, your internet can become sketchy. You don't want to rely solely on streaming from your internet. One of the things I like to do is listen to music from artists who were born in or raised in the city or town we're visiting. For example, Hoboken, New Jersey, sits on the Hudson River with amazing city line views of New York City. Knowing that Frank Sinatra was born in Hoboken, his song New York, New York took on a whole new meaning when Gordana and I visited it. It's interesting to see how an artist's surroundings and what they grew up with can inspire their music. Another great way to pass the time is by playing games. Some of our favorites are Person, Place, or Thing. Now, I played this game so much as a kid. It's where you pick a random letter and everyone chooses a person, place, or thing that starts with that letter. Original answers get 10 points and duplicate answers get 5 points apiece. You can add a timer. You can add additional categories like names of songs, food, or items. Another great one is Top 5, where you pick a topic or a category and list your top 5. Top 5 songs, top 5 movies, top 5 foods, top 5 things you like about the destination you just visited. Tons of fun. Before navigating, the biggest part of planning a trip is research. You can use tourism boards, travel blogs like Road Trip Ontario or Rudderless Travel. You can use vlogs like Rudderless Media. You can even use podcasts like Road Trip Ready. Yes, I know, all of them shameless plugs. You can get inspiration and ideas from movies, TV shows, documentaries, books, magazines, brochures, commercials, etc. Travel documentaries and TV shows inspired many of our road and international trips. Like journaling, nothing beats drawing on a paper map, especially with kids. It's also great if your phone dies or you lose your signal. But with a physical map, you can see where you're going and orient yourself. In addition to keeping info on your phone, bring a notepad with all the important information: Airbnb passwords, specific key locations, check-in, check-out times, entrance fees, all that kind of stuff. And be sure to share important notes with those traveling with you. Again, if your car is an older model that doesn't have a built-in GPS, another option we use is a portable GPS, especially when road tripping internationally. And as Canadians, this also includes our friends in the South. Sure, we can always purchase an eSIM or local SIM card outside of Canada, which helps avoid insane data roaming charges, but your mobile GPS uses satellites and doesn't require the internet. I always keep it updated, download the maps that I need, and toss it in the car suitcase. It's a great backup map. Save all your destinations to Google or Apple Maps, or mark them on a physical map. If you use the map on your phone, always download the route and the final destination and make it available for offline use. Again, don't always assume that you'll always have internet. During a recent road trip from Thunder Bay to Winnipeg, some stretches of the highway had no signal. However, if you're not sure how to save all your points of interest on Google Maps or making your maps available for offline use, click the video in the top right and we'll go through all of that together. All right, my friends, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.